शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। Vishnu Sahasranama, we were completed 44 verse, read 45.
भूतभव्य भवन्नाथः पवनः पावनो नलः कामः कामकृत्कान्तः कामः कामप्रदप्रभुः भूतभव्य भवन्नाथः पवनः पावनो नलः कामः कामकृत्कान्तः कामः कामप्रदप्रभुः
भूत भव्य भवन्नाथः नाथः, the master, the overlord of these three entities. Who are they? Bhuta, all objects and beings in the past that were there in the past. So whether it is Panchamahabhutas, all that is born from Panchamahabhutas, entire Jagat, including the beings there in Jivas, etc. Bhuta. Bhavya, those who are going to be born in future. Bhutagrama, the Samuha, the group, assembly of all objects and beings in the past, Bhuta, Bhavya, those who are going to be born in the future, and also Bhavat. Bhavat means presently. Entire Bhutagrama, objects and beings that are there presently, of all these, who is Natha. Natha, the master, the overlord. Because, see, they seek everything from him. They pray for everything from him. So, one reason. Or he is the one who, what does he do? Who disciplines all these people by danda, punishment, says that they follow dharma. If they don't follow adharma, papa, they get punished. Not that Ishvara punishes, by the law of karma, they get themselves punished. And who has enacted his laws? Ishvara. So, who disciplines them, or who blesses them, who gives them what they want. Of course, if it is not harmful to them, harmful, they will get ruined by that. So he gives what they want, that was it, what they need, so blesses them. Also, one who controls them, rules over them. Therefore, Natha. Sunatha, Bhuta Bhavya, Bhavanatha. Pavanaha, the one who purifies. So therefore, one who purifies, therefore Pavana. In Bhagavata he said, Pavanaha Pavatam Asmi. Among those who purify, I am the greatest purifier. Because the Pavatam also means Vayu, the wind, air. It just blows away all impurities. So Pavanaha. Pavanaha. Pavanaha means the one who causes the air to move, the wind to blow. How? By love. Bhishasmadvata pavate. Because bhi, fear. Fear in terms of command, the law. Because of which, whose law? Vata pavate. Bhishode the Surya. The Vayu, sun, etc. are great, mighty power themselves. And yet, they behave very orderly because there is one who is a ruler who controls them. So that Ishvara is Pavana. Vishnu is that Parameshvara who that executes the laws in the creation. The one with the spirit that is Pavayati, make the air, wind blow like that. Analaha. Analaha, there's got three meanings. All can point out Parameshvara, Vishnu. One is Ana. Ana means pranas, vitals. The one who accepts, receives the prana as one's features in terms of jiva. We jiva. Jiva is Chaitanya Tattva, Paramatma Tattva. But because of wielding the prana, jiva, prana dharani, wielding, sustaining the prana as one's feature, he is called as jiva, as if an individual seemingly appearing to be distinct from Paramatma. Truly not. Why? Truly, in the real nature, Paramatma is Chaitanya Swarupa. Jiva also is Chaitanya Swarupa. But the upadhis, the questions that are taken to by them differ. As a result, they appear to be two distinct entities. To those who are not inquired into that and who have not discovered their Swarupa to be nothing but Chaitanya Swarupa Paramatma. So therefore is a Analaha. So that means one who accepts Anan. Anan means prana as oneself, as one's part and parcel. So Anala. Other meaning is like this. Nalam, the word nalam, nalam means smell. One who doesn't have smell, agandha, Paramatma, Brahma, Brudarnaka, and Kata, agandha varasam, agandham, who have no gandha, the smell as a feature. So Paramatma, Chaitanya Swarupa Paramatma, who is free from the features such as smell, taste, form, sound, and touch. Agandham, arasam, ashabdam, asparsham, arupam, agandham, arasam. Or another actually also means fire. You know why? Alam means a limited entity. First we'll say fire. Alam na vidyate yasya. Or alam also means enoughness. Limited entity or enoughness. Fire is the one who has no enoughness. However much fuel you add to fire, the fire will grow, ablaze, and demand more. But enough is not there. You know, while eating, etc., the whoever mother or whoever or hostess or a wife, etc., there are 2-3 types of bus enough. You know. One bus for the etiquette's sake. The one who serves knows, serves for that eats. Like that. Finally, there is no place in the stomach. Fast. No more required. Enoughness. Fire has no enoughness. You go on, see, suppose small speck of fire was there, and you pour nothing there. You add a teaspoon of ghee. It became bright with it. Again, you add it goes on. So fire, and the fire also Paramatma Tattva. But Alpa also means what you call limited entity. The one who doesn't have limitations. Limitations, the parichinnata in terms of desha, space, kala, time, vastu, objects. Desha parichinnata, kala parichinnata, vastu parichinnata are not there in who is Paramatma only. Desha parichinnata means it is here and not somewhere else. The one who is everywhere, whether the question of Desha parichinnata limited by space. No. Kala parichinnata means that which is now was not in the past, is not going to be the future. That which is all along, not only all along, even the Kala, principle of time, abides in who? He has no Kala parichinnata. Vastu parichinnata. An entity distinct from others has got Vastu parichinnata, object-wise limitation. Limitations on account of object. This entity is not other one. What about Paramatma, Brahma, Bhagavan is the very basis, the very adhisthana of anything and everything that is in the creation Srishti. What is different from them? Different from this Paramatma cannot exist. The existence aspect in anything and everything belongs to this Paramatma Tattva, Bhagavat Tattva, the Chaitanya Tattva. There is nothing distinct from that. So therefore, Vastu Parichinnata is not there. So therefore, Alam the one who has no alam, no limitedness, no limitations of Deshakala Vastu, Analaha is the Paramatma Tattva. Kamaha, Kaman, Hanti iti Kamaha. One who destroys the desires. Whose desires? Mumukshunam, Bhaktanam. So that is the one who destroys the desires of moksha, desires of devotees, and the desires of those who are inimical to you. So if you are a devotee, a moksha, and someone is plotting against you, has a desire of ill intention against you, he destroys those desires of those inimical people. So that is kama, the one who destroys the desires. Kama krit. So, in the case of sattvic people who are in their disposition, sattvic, highly sattvic in nature, predominantly sattvic in nature, he creates desires. What desire for what? Desire for devotion, desire for moksha, so desire for the good of humanity. So like this, one who produces desire in the case of those who are highly sattvic people. Or Kama Krit. Kama, the presiding deity of lust, Rati Devi and Kama. And you know the story. All Devas wanted Shiva to get married to Parvati. But she was lost in what? Meditation. He wants to be what? Made to enchanted to get married. Whose job it is? Kamadeva. So they was approached Kamadeva, please do that. And he thought that he can overpower anyone. And he tried his tricks. Shiva, knowing what it is, just reduced him to ashes. Then Rati Devi begged for his life. He said, in such and such avatar, he will be born as the avatar. And it was Pradyumna, Krishna's son. So therefore, Krishna as the father of Pradyumna, who is none other than Kamadeva incarnate. So that Kama Krit means the father of Kamadeva, Pradyumna, Krishna. So Vishnu, who manifests as Krishna avatar, is what the father of Pradyumna Kama. So that way Kama Krit. Kanta, Kanta, the most beautiful one. The most beautiful one. Kanta. Because of whom beauty is there. You see, the form of Rama and Krishna was so beautiful, so enchanting. The one who looks at them, the eyes get glued to them. That way Krishna was dark. They Shama Shama, they say blue. Not it is a dark one. But the beauty was such. That's why Karshati, Akarshati, one who attracts people towards oneself. Krishna. So the most beautiful, the beauty incarnate as it were. Kantaha. Kamaha. The one who is desired for by everyone. We are the everyone. Purusharthibihi. Those who seek the accomplishment, the four-tiered accomplishment as per Shastra, our culture. Artha, security, money, wealth, etc. Kama, fulfillment of legitimate desires as per dharma. Then dharma, punya, by living the right type of conduct. Moksha, freedom from the limitations of samsara. So therefore, the one who is sought after by all is the artharthi, kamarthi, dharmarthi, or moksharthi. One who seeks all these is sought by whom? He is also kamaha. One who is desired for fulfillment of all these. So kama. Kama pradaha. One who grants all desires of devotees. One who grants all desires of devotees, but devotees must be a little alert, little careful about what? In not asking Bhagavan to fulfill this and that from the world, including heavens. The best course to do is leave the matter to Bhagavan only. If Bhagavan asks, what do you want? Tell him, oh Bhagavan, you know better what I need. You know better what is required by me for my ultimate good. If I decide, my decision will be with what meets my eyes. I want this because of what is circumstances. But I don't know about my past, nor do I know about my future. My decision to ask you this is based on the present condition. But as far you are concerned, you are omniscient, you know my past, you know my future, how it should be for the ultimate good. Better you decide. That is the best way of asking Bhagavan to give me what I need for my ultimate good. And what is that ultimate good? Freedom, moksha from this limited existence as samsari jiva, getting subjected to punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, transmigration, greatest calamity, punarjanma. And this chain of this punarjanma, sorrowful existence, happens to be never ending until we discover ourselves to be Bhagavat Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa, Atma Swarupa, Paramananda Chit, Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone, totally free from all upadhis, all things erroneously attributed to us called anatma, which are the sources of this never-ending existence of ours as sorrowful samsari jiva. So therefore, the best course is what? To ask him what that is. Ask Bhagavan, give me that which is most beneficial to me. So therefore, kama pradaha, one who fulfills the desires of the devotee. If you bargain for less, you are at loss. Maybe heavens, hold on. One day those heavens themselves will disappear. Where are you afterward? Again, wait for next kalpa. So next kalpa or next srishti. So no. So best thing is to surrender to Ishvara. You should have that Shraddha. What Shraddha? Whatever Bhagavan does for me always is good for me. At the outset, at a cursory glance, it may appear to be not that good. It may appear to be having some difficulties. But Bhagavan knows why. Because his remedies are tailor-made remedies, not general. Specific remedy take into account what you are for the time being. As individuals, we differ from one another. So therefore, what is my present status? How I should progress further? Bhagavan knows. Accordingly, he what? Gives the remedies. So that means the key, leave everything to Bhagavan. Have that Shraddha that Bhagavan will always do what is good for me. See, a devotee has Shraddha, but that intensity of Shraddha differs. Many times, the Shraddha is not adequate. The devotee what? Trembles, frightened, lack of Shraddha. So, Kama Prada, one who fulfills the desires of devotees. Prabhu. This word can be taken many ways as such. The one from whom many things are born. A master, Prabhu, from whom everything is born. Or the one who exists, not like others. How others, the entities in the world exist, they're born, exist, and get destroyed. No, he is the one who is the Prakarshena Bhavana. He exists in a most exalted manner in the sense he is ever existent. Bhagavan is ever existent. What do you mean by ever? Means he was before Srishti creation. He is during Srishti creation. He shall ever be after dissolution pradaya of Srishti. There is never that he is not. This is what even Bhagavan Vishnu teaches in what is called as Chatushloki Bhagavata. The basic teaching of Vishnu in reply to the questions posed by Brahma, one of the three Murtis. Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. One of the three Murtis means three deities, prominent deities. It should not, the Trimurti should not be translated as Trinity. In English, Trinity is there and it appears it's very corresponding. No, why? Because as a word Trinity can be used, but that Trinity word has got a different meaning as per the Bible. That is not meant here at all. So therefore, that word Trinity, those who know English well and Western theology, they will mistake these Trimurtis. These Trimurtis have nothing to do with that. They are Trinities. So Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, in the Virat Sarupa of Bhagavan, the greatest luminaries are Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. Brahma taking care of secondary creation, not primary creation. Primary creation is Ishwar only. Tasmadva, Etasmad, Atmana, Akasha, Sambhuta, Akasha, Dvaita, Panchamahuta, and all those things. Not that. Secondary creation is our Jivas. What? Connecting Jiva with their karma padas, etc., and providing accordingly the field of experience, locus. Vishnu, sustenance. Shiva, Samhara, Pralaya. These three are the one who are greatest luminaries, and Shastra, especially Puranas, provide a means of propitiating Brahma, Vishnu, and Maheshwara as the very Paramatma Tattva, as the very Parameshwara Tattva, not as deities. They are deities from the standpoint of the Upadis. Their embodiment they are wielding as Shiva, Kailasadipati, Vishnu, Vaikuntadipati, Brahma, Satyalokadipati. This is Devatatva, embodiment wise. But in principle, they are Paramatma Sarupa. It can be done, but depends on how you propitiate. In the 10 Puranas present Shiva as Paramatma Tattva. And in that, Vishnu, Brahma as presented as secondary one. 4 Puranas present Vishnu as the Paramatma Tattva, and Shiva, Brahma becomes the secondary nature. 2 Puranas present Brahma as the Paramatma Tattva, other secondary. Other Puranas are there which give one like Vayu, Ganesha, etc. Latest, what is that? Vaishnava Pantha, which presents Krishna as Paramatma Tattva. And Vishnu, again, Vishnu is an avatar of Krishna. There will be nothing wrong in that. But don't be fanatic. Krishna alone is not other. Look at other Shastras also. Look at Upanishads and learn the method of communication, method of teaching with the Shastra. Otherwise, these people are so intolerant towards others, other paths. This is against the code of conduct prescribed by Bhagavata itself. Says clearly, you stick to your path, but anyatra anindacha. Don't go on criticizing other paths. Bhagavan knows well which path for whom. It is none of your concern. You are no one to be seated on the seat of judgment as Jagat Guru. Bhagavan is capable of that. Be careful. The Nama and Rupa of Parameshwara, which I invoke, know it. The same entity Parameshwara is invoked by others with different Nama name, different Rupa form. No problem. This alone is true, others are wrong. You are landing in trouble. So you should know the styles of Puranas also. Now this I heard about. This people, Bhagavad Purana is the topmost. Anya Purana Nimna hai. Nimna means secondary in nature. See, you should know all this, what is what. Bhagavad Purana has an edge over others in the sense it provides a very easy way. Even devotion, if other Puran deal with devotion, but because of Krishna Leela, it provides a very more easier path. In fact, they quote Vyasa. See, he was not satisfied with all this thing, and therefore Narada told him, and when he composed Bhagavad Purana, he was happy. He was earlier, he was not happy or sad, not because what he has established in Upanishads, in compiling the Vedas, Upanishads, and other Puranas, including Mahabharata, was wrong. The truth was said, but he was unhappy that he could not succeed in giving a very easy method to the most lay person. Other Puranas have bhakti, but still it is a difficult level. So that is where comes the role of Bhagavata as advised by Narada. And therefore he was happy. Otherwise, this thing, no, you see the first verse of Bhagavata, Satyam Param Dhimahi. And what is Satya? It echoes Brahma Sutra, Janmadhyasya Yato va imani bhutani jayante yena jatani jivanti yat prayantepi samvishanti tad vijidnyasasva tad brahmeti. Criteria third Vali, Bhrugavali, Paramatma Tattva. Now, Prabhu, this Paramatma Tattva is what? Prabhu, because it is not an existing entity for a while. It is ever existent. And this is brought to our notice, or to discover this, a means is given by Vishnu in Chaturshloki Bhagavata. He says earlier, before that Chaturshloki Bhagavata, Paratattva, the highest reality, the most primary entity of this entire creation, including Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara, is that Paratattva is, he defines it as what? Anubhavatma. Anubhavatma means, it means Atma Yatra Swarupa. Anubhava Swarupa. The entity which itself is experience, experience, experience. For example, to use the same phrases, Surya is Prakashatma. Prakashatma means Prakasha Swarupa. Who is Surya, son? Who is sun? Prakasha, Prakasha, Prakasha. Light, light, light. Self-luminous light. You can't think of sun without light. Independent, not because of someone else. So also is Pararatva, Paramatma Tattva, Bhagavat Tattva, Ishvara Tattva, Brahma is what? Atma is what? Anubhava Swarupa. Now look, we always travel from known to unknown. For the time being, we know it not. What is Paramatma Tattva? What is Bhagavat Tattva? What is Brahma? We don't know. But if it is described as Anubhava Swarupa, we know something. If we properly inquire into what? There is some entity within the purview of, in the range of our finding, which is always of the nature of experience, self-evident in nature, swaprakasha, self-knowing. What is that? We have to accept universally that whatever that entity universally referred to as I, whichever language you may use, that aham, I, mine, who, nano, nenu, is what? Is it not self-evident? I am this universal experience for which what do you make use of? Do you try to see and say I am? Do you try to hear and say I am? Do you try to taste as I am, touch as I am, and smell as I am? Self-evident. And that we know Chaitanya, consciousness principle, awareness principle, pure awareness, pure consciousness. We know. But unfortunately, this discovery of ours doesn't match. What do you mean? Not doesn't match. Paramatma as what? Self-luminous entity, self-entity is what? No doubt, I is some self-experiencing evident entity. But Paramatma is the same thing. But Paramatma is Paramanda Swarupa. No trace of sorrows, no Janma Marana. Whereas we are concerned, right opposite. Question comes, how can be both one and the same? No doubt, whatever that entity I am is self-evident. It is self-experiencing. It is Anubhava Atma, true. But it doesn't tally with what Bhagavad Tattva, Para Tattva is there. On the contrary, right opposite to it. Samsari, Sukha Janma. So here comes the role of Shastra. This contradiction that you are experiencing is because of your some error. You have mistaken what you are not as what you are in reality. That needs to be set right. There in Chatushloki Bhagavata, Bhagavan Vishnu gives the means, the sadhana by which you can ascertain, you can arrive at your Swarupa in reality. And the method given is that it says by the method of Vishnu has said, by the method of Anvaya and Vyatirika, retain that tattva, that principle which exists all the time, everywhere. Key is given. Unlock your job. To unlock is your job now. By the method of Anvaya Vyatirika, discover that entity, that principle, which always is, ever exists, which always is, ever exist and which is everywhere, sarvavyapi. Of course, I can't go in that now. How to that? Anuvyatirika means what? That Vyatirika means that which gets ended at one time, discard it. Anvaya, that always continues to be. Stick to it. And that has to be. You should apply this method of Anuvyatirika to the Jagat. Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara. It appears to be Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone, which is Anubhava Swarupa. So Prabhu, one who has got something, what is that? Most exalted existence in terms of ever existent principle is Vishnu, the Paramatma Tattva. Read the next verse.
युगादिकृद्युगावर्तो नैकमायो महाशनः अदृश्यो व्यक्तरूपश्च सहस्रजिदनन्तजित् युगादिकृद्युगावर्तो नैकमायो महाशनः अदृश्यो व्यक्तरूपश्च सहस्रजिदनन्तजित्
Yugadikrit. Yuga is what is called as a Kala Bheda, means a measure of time. Yuga Adi, Yuga Mantri, Nimisha movement, Gatika, day, night, week, fortnight, months, seasons, year, then what is that? Manvantaras, yugas, Chatur yugas. It goes on like that up to what is that? Parardha, etc. The lifespan of Hiranyagarbha or Brahma. So these are different measures of time. The one who effects them, one who does yoga, etc., begins yoga, etc., is Paramatma, is Ishvara, is Vishnu. So with this word, 300 names are over. 300 names of from the Vishnu Sahasranama out of 1,000. They are over. This is for his academic interest, not relevant. So then now 301 onwards start. Yugadikrit. So means the one who begins the yuga, etc., daytime, etc., onwards. Yugavartaha. So one who repeats the yuga, etc., in cycle, the cyclic repetition. But the Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and what is Kali Yuga. Again, these 4 yugas, like that, one who effects the cyclic repetition of these yugas is called Yugadi, Yugavartaha. Avartana, repetition, Buddha. Yugartha. Naikamaya. So, one who has not just one Maya, many Mayas. We have heard one Maya, not many Mayas. Yes, that is true. But that one Maya manifests in terms of many upadhis, many embodiments, many manifestations, and does the job of what Maya does. So, though Maya Shakti is one, in its effect, it is innumerable. All these effects, what they do, they make the individual ignorant about one's true nature by hooking you to those upadhis, embodiments. That's what is said there. Indro maya vihi pururupaha iyate. That Indra is Devan, not Devendra, Paramatma. Indra word basically applies to Paramatma. Secondary name given to Devendra. Indro maya vihi. Many mayas means that effects. Pururupaha iyate. Iyate, pratiyate is experienced, is known to be Pururupaha. Pururupa is having many forms. Indra is one, but appears to have many forms, innumerable forms. Therefore, Naika Maya, one who doesn't have one Maya, as if one who is wielding innumerable Mayas. Next is Mahashanaha, we'll see that. Om.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरि